Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Things already rolling.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation or so ago, Peter, and it does allow the fullbacks to play
Oh, shooting chance! He's done very well to get to that.
Thuram clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Mbappe is there and he can get that clear. Now this could be a chance. Chance for a shot! He is desperate to get on the score sheet, but not this time.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
Vietnam have their second corner now. Barella with the short one. And here's Barella. Oh, such a clever touch. Traumeri. Bellingham! Oh, denied brilliantly.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Corner number 3 coming up. Barella receives it in a wide position. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Real chance! Goal, Germany! The first significant strike. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Hakimi gets into a good position. Looking tidy in possession here. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Gehi does really well to win the ball there. And here's Lautaro Martinez. Tries to pass it through. Bellingham! Well taken goal. That is remarkable. All square in a matter of moments.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
I just thought that was going to hit the outside of the post for a moment there, but it just curled enough to catch the inside for a very good strike.
So they have it all to do again.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop, just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
Bellingham. And it's Barella.
That pressing is so good, it's nice and early.
Chance here to counter. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. He's found the way through. Pedri! And it's come back out to him. Pedri plays it short, and here's Pedri. It's a good ball out wide. Koundé. Mohamed Salah. No way through, so back it comes. Caicedo. Mohamed Salah. Pedri. That's put paid to the danger. Now he's got space here. No, that's been intercepted. Gehi gets across to intercept that. Van de Ven. Wan-Bissaka. Oh, that's a key interception. And it's Bellingham. Bellingham. And now the breakaway. Tries to play it through. Isak in acres of space out wide.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And that's... And the shot! Goal! Germany! And they're back in front! Simplicity itself.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just apply the finishing touch.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. Martinez. And here's Thuram. Good ball, good take. Branthwaite can clear it away. Tchouaméni.
Minutes has been indicated.
Some really good ball movement. Decent chance! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Thuram actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And this could be the final action of the first half. Barella goes short. And it's Barella. And he's gone backward here. Oh, he had to make that, and he did. And for the first half, that is that. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football, and it's fair to say that both teams have played their part. Yeah, either side holding back here, it has been quite a half, this.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. The second half is up and running.
Vietnam can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Bellingham. This is a promising build-up. Thuram, he's had a shot! Oh, split-second reaction.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
They're up to 5 corners now. They've played it short. Germany have the chance to go the other way. We'll play through for the wide man. He's on it, can he get away? Martinez has created 1 goal already. Bellingham. He came in hard, very hard. Bellingham really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
And just to confirm that the referee did issue a yellow card for that earlier incident. Gives it back.
Modern football for you, and all that pressing.
Vietnam really looking to get back into this at the start of the second half. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Cunha picks it up out wide. Konate did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Oh, there's a probing ball. Martinez closing in on goal. Chance, surely! And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
Vietnam really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Substitution
Well, the two
for
coaches
Germany.
are signalling
Number
changes
7,
here, both at the same time.
Mbappe. Number 10, Isaac. Number 5, Matthias Cunha. Number 11, Mohamed Salah. Number 8, Pedri. Coming on the field, number 21,
Hakimi.
Dembele.
And it's Tchouaméni.
Number 18,
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball.
Martinez.
Could move up a gear
Number
here.
9,
That's good vision.
Yudes. Number
Well, there's the
19,
clearance.
Mbumo. Number
Martinez
23,
is
Barella.
offering some sort of an
Substitution.
apology there.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Oh, perfectly measured that. So no flag here. Gehi gets it away. Vietnam are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise.
Well, you can only assume that the manager's got those substitutions on his mind. Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Looking to play it in. Played out towards the right wing. Mbumo. And it's... Can he finish? It's bounced back off the post. That's a fair try, but just off target.
Martinez really might have got ever so slightly across it. I don't think he intended to hit it so close to the frame of the goal. I mean, that's a bit obvious.
Opts for safety. Just about up to 75 minutes. That's a little off target. Tchouaméni. Osimhen. It's a really well-measured ball.
Vietnam really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Yildiz. Now it's Barella. In with the challenge. So what can they make of this? Oh, really cute. What a lovely series of passes. He's picked his way through. He is just caressing the ball. And this is Dembele. No foul, says the referee. Gehi gets over and intercepts. Yildiz. Vietnam now in a position of desperate urgency.
Well, I like to see, Peter, that they haven't given up yet, so the spirit burns on. Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
And that has left him in a heap. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
It's just a silly one to give away at this stage of the game.
Substitution for Germany.
Now
Number
this could be a
13,
pivotal moment. Dying
Caicedo.
minutes, free kick,
Coming
great
on the
position.
field is number 3.
Now there's a fine ball. Now can he find a
Substitution in
finish?
progress.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so
2
determined.
added minutes has been indicated.
He's had it taken off him. Turns back here, probably the best option. Ederson. That's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he can clear it away. And that is as far as it goes. Vietnam were involved in a great game here, unpredictable in so many ways, but in the end they fell just short. Effort unrewarded.
Just a quick announcement, and an exciting one too.
So there
We're
it
about
is.
to announce
What struck
today's
you
lottery
most about
numbers.
that?
Well,
Please watch
Peter,
the
this
screen
was
if you have a
probably
ticket.
more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very enjoyable. A game that was constantly on the edge as both sides went full pelt trying to win this. A throwback to games gone by.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that... Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Things already rolling. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Spread neatly, he's picked his way through. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Peter, what else can we say about this fella, Moises Caicedo? He'll be extremely busy just shifting the ball all over the place as a 6 or an 8. We've seen him do that an awful lot. But it's what he does without the ball, for me, that makes him priceless. I mean, rarely do you see someone who can disrupt opposition play as cleverly as he can.
Pedri! And he couldn't finish.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Matheus Cunha. Short changes him with that pass. And here's Barella. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Looking for options for movement. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Oh, good take and the shot! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Barella has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Branthwaite. So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. And it's Pedri. That's a good ball out wide. Bellingham. Now Martinez. Bellingham. Barella. And it's Mendes. Martinez. He's having a shot! It's anyone's ball now. Oh, what has happened here? And here's Lautaro Martinez. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Now it's Isak. Hakimi. Oh, good read. Now it's Matheus Cunha. And it's Caicedo. Caicedo finds himself unceremoniously floored. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. That ball looks a good one. Goes for a shot! And that was struck with genuine force. Great defending, strong and determined. Gehi. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
He can run onto that. Konate. Martinez. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. A probing pass. And he's managed to get rid. Now it's Isak. And the counter is on. Now it's Mbappe. Pinches it off him. Thuram. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
So what can they make of this? Van de Ven goes sliding in. Mendes gets across to intercept that. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Koundé. Now Salah. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. And he's being shifted off it. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here.
Just a quick reminder today, please
so neither
refrain
side
from
has
parking
found a way
outside
through
the
yet.
stadium.
It's not a bad
Thank you
game
very
by
much
any
for your
means, Peter,
cooperation.
but it definitely needs an injection of some invention, creativity. There's so much you can do with all that industry by just adding a little bit of skill.
So at the halfway stage, we still have deadlock. The score 0-0. The second half is up and running.
Vietnam have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break. They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Hakimi. Gehi. Oh, can he get onto this? Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And they can counter here. Oh, Red, nice interception. And that's a throw-in. Chouameni. And it's Bellingham. It's Thuram. And it's Hakimi. Lovely feet. Well, That defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Mendes gets into a good position. Good ball, good take. Looking for the run.
Vietnam have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Looks to the other side. 0-0 still. It's a game that needs a bit of life injected. It's a promising position. Hakimi. Oh, super ball. He's in a great position here. 60 minutes played. Lovely bit of skill. Chouameni. Played out to the left flank. Oh, such a clever touch. Picked out brilliantly. And he's in on goal. Chance for a shot! Sensational from Bellingham! That is a gem! An absolute gem! It was the crispest of hits. He just crashed it in.
And I think he's even surprised himself, Peter, in how well he caught that.
Substitution for Germany, number 10.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. So the first goal of the game.
Look, experienced voices need to be heard now, along with good purpose and urgency, and they can get right back into this.
Coming on the field.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got. Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
It's an inviting looking ball, that. And well played. That has snuffed out the danger. And here's Barella. Threads one in. Oh, played through for the wide man. Caicedo, and he's quick to snatch it back. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them, 1-0 the score. Now it's Yildiz, and it's Hakimi. Chouameni. Oh, that's superb.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
And that was nowhere near his best.
This is the time you need that pace.
And here's Yildiz. Yildiz. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Burmo is herring after that one. And Burmo, look at this, takes a shot! Goal! And right near the end, we have parity. And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
Oh, what a hit, Peter, and there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply inch perfect.
Back to parity, and there's barely any time left.
Well, those players out there must be exhausted now, Peter, but at least they have momentum, which augurs well if this goes to extra time.
3 minutes added time.
And he was quick to react. Gehi. Passing is crisp and sharp. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Chouameni. Now Ederson. And here's Yildiz. Has a look and plays it forward. So 90 minutes have come and gone. It's going to be extra time. So we are still gridlocked.
Well, look, this has been a hard-fought encounter, Peter, so mistakes are far more likely over the next 30 minutes.
Well, no winner so far, but somebody has to be the winner. And extra time is next.
Hello attendees, this is a lost children's announcement. Would the father of a boy in a blue hat kindly make his way to the information center?
Substitution for Germany.
90 minutes gone and nothing between them still.
Coming on the
Vietnam
field
pay
is
the price for failing to close out the match in normal time. Can they avoid the same fate here, where the consequences are still more serious? And here's Dembele. And it's Partey. Now it's
And Martinez!
He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Grimaldo can clear it away. Aims beyond the defence. Opts for Bono! That is decidedly lacking.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
That's a lovely, neat pass. That's a good ball. Oh, he wasn't being taken in by that trick. And he's following up! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? He is just caressing the ball. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Yildiz taking charge of the dead ball. Great ball. He's had a shot! Now that is commitment to the cause.
Substitution for Germany. Number
Vietnam
2
with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually.
Coming on to replace him is number 25,
Yildiz with the short one. And here's Yildiz. That's tidy. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Germany are looking to go forward now. And here's the chance to counter. And here's Dembele. Tries to... Decent shot! And it's hit the woodwork and out!
There will be 1 minute added time.
That is a superb rearguard action. And it is half-time in extra time.
Attendees, this is a lost
So neither
children's
side able to
announcement.
conjure up a telling
Would the father
moment,
of a boy
and we
in
are where we
blue
are.
hat
This is the last
kindly
chance to
contact
win
a
it.
nearby member of staff.
And we're off for the final time. It has been a slugfest. Significant blows landed, but still no knockout. He is through here. Partey. That could have shoots! And he's taking no chances there. Van der Ven. Chance here to counter. Now it's Yildiz. And here's Osimhen.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up in these positions.
And that has left him in a heap. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. And he's going to have his name taken.
Well, talk about being caught between a rock and a hard place. I don't think he had much choice there, although he's paid for it.
And here's Osimhen. Now this could be a chance. No way through. Big chance! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. And he shoots! Oh, that is rather wayward.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. Should have put his foot right through it.
Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Ederson. And it's Grimaldo. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Grimaldo. Oh, that's nice. Ederson has it in a wide position. He's seen that. Two sides absolutely inseparable, and we know what's coming. Well, Jim, what say you after all of this?
I can only applaud the sheer doggedness and tenacity on show in watching both teams refusing to lose. I mean, they both ran their socks off.
So time to shake the weariness out of those limbs and to engage with focus. It's penalty kicks. Burmo to go first. 1-0.
That's the example they will want to follow.
Grimaldo is the next to run the gauntlet. And he makes it one each. He had to, and he did. So on to the second man.
Good penalty. The keeper might have done him a favour in committing just a bit early.
Osimhen is the second man to step up for his team. Great penalty, outwitted the keeper.
It was well disguised, it gave no inkling as to where he was going on that.
Martinez, the third man up. And he puts it away.
Well, you can't approach a penalty with any doubt, or you'll have to rely on luck.
We're on to number 3 here. And it's 3-3. Yildiz is fourth up.
Credit to him. You really need courage to do that in these circumstances as well.
Yildiz, fourth in their queue.
Well, if you have any doubts, that's what you do to conquer it.
Barella, last of the original 5 to walk forward. Oh, you're not going to save that.
Brilliantly done. Never took his eye off the keeper either. He just has to trust his instincts and pick the right spot.
Now there's a penalty. And the drama continues. Some can barely watch here. Every kick potentially pivotal.
Yeah, looks so confident as well. The keeper's notes didn't help him then. We're talking about a pressure penalty.
And they have done it in sudden death.
Well, that's just wonderful, Peter. The pressure was on.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. We're up and running then. Germany have opted for a 4-4-2 formation.
I think it gets a terrible raw deal these days. It's deemed old-fashioned, outdated, but in truth, with the right personnel, it works just as well as any other system or formation. Success can still be had with it, and teams are still winning big trophies with exactly this setup.
Barella just eases him off the ball.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Now this could be a chance. Pedri was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And here's Barella. And it's Barella. So Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Peter, what else can we say about this fella, Moises Caicedo? He'll be extremely busy just shifting the ball all over the place as a 6 or an 8. We've seen him do that an awful lot. But it's what he does without the ball, for me, that makes him priceless. I mean, rarely do you see someone who can disrupt opposition play as cleverly as he can, and he will be a key factor.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Played towards the other side. Nuno Mendes. He ran himself into trouble there, free kick given away. And it's Bellingham. Tchouaméni. Oh, nice touch.
Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive.
That's a cute ball. Well, that's well seen too. Van de Ven. Konate. And it's Tchouaméni. And here's Thuram. Hakimi. Here's Tchouaméni. And here's Thuram. Thuram. Very nicely done. And he's in on goal. And Martinez! Oh, it's come off the upright. Caicedo. Konate. And Koundé. That's a good foray he's making. Engages and forces him off the ball. Wan-Bissaka. Thuram has given away a free kick. Oh, nicely intercepted. Tchouaméni. And here's Thuram. And it's made its... Tries a shot! Pedri. Matheus Cunha. Germany are looking to break at pace. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. There's no such thing as a bad time to score, but this would sure be a good time. This looks promising. And here's Isak.
Isak really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he was quick to react. Hakimi. Now it's Thuram. Now, can they get him away? Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Konate. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Lovely. Now Martinez. And the finish! It's run loose, who's going to get there? Oh, what has happened here? That's good play. That's put paid to the danger. And for the first half, that is that. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. So we reach the halfway point.
Vietnam really can be happy with the strong finish to the half and have no reason to be upset with their overall performance. I think they just need to keep going now, stick at it, and eventually they'll get a break.
So we are where we began. The scoreline remains 0-0 at the break. So we're underway for the second half.
Vietnam clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Nicely weighted. And the shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. That has earned a reprieve for the time being. Well, there's the clearance. Konate, and it's Bellingham. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Looking to play him in. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Bellingham, and he's well positioned here. Takes a shot! He's done very well to get to that.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? Vietnam couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Oh, he's found support out wide. And Burmo receives it in a wide position. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
That is lovely. Thuram. And still we await the first breakthrough. And here's Lautaro Martinez. And he's gone backward. Bellingham! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get the reward if they can stick at this.
Knocks it into space. Well read, and the danger is averted. Oh, there's a probing ball. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Nice looking ball. Konate. Can he get it through? And it's Mendes. It's a good spell of possession, this. That's a lovely, neat pass. Well, that looks a decent ball. And he's managed to get free. He's being urged, and he shoots! Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
It's about risk-taking and boldness now. Are we going to see any activity from the bench?
And he cuts out the supply. Into the last quarter of an hour. Hakimi. Van de Ven. Konate. And it's Barella. Good running, strong and purposeful. Pass somewhat off target. And here's Lautaro Martinez. Lovely pass, but chance! And no mistake! And late in the day, a telling moment!
Well, you can see what it means to all of them. A frustrating game, but now they have what they wanted, and they're rightly pumped and ready to go again.
The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
Substitution for Germany, number 8.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides. You felt it was coming. 1-0.
You have to credit the desire we've just seen here, Peter. The desire to stick to your task and keep on chipping away. Some might have backed off, but not this lot. This is very impressive.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Defending was strong and firm. Played through for the wide man. Dembele. That's very neat. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. He's chosen to go back.
There will be
It's
one
Bellingham.
added time.
And he welcomes it in. Good read, needed to be. And there goes the final whistle. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game, it's Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter. It's great to be on board.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So straight into the action. This is the lineup we've been given. How do you read it, Jim?
Reminders of a golden era in English football, I should add. And it continues to hold its place in the modern game. Playing a second striker runs the risk of being outnumbered in midfield, of course. So with the wider pairing and fullbacks, plenty of running has to be part of their play. And of course, the right service.
And it's been given away. Barella. Looking to play him in. Big chance! And he couldn't finish.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it. Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
He has found the way through. Jose. He's having a shot! Van de Ven gets it away.
I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it. And I bet you the keeper's very relieved.
Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, the player Nuno Mendes is someone...
And the shot! Goal! Germany! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Mbappe! He's got a goal! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Eze, showing good feet. He's on it, can he get away? There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And here's Lautaro Martinez. This is good pressing, they're not short on bodies.
Martinez clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
Now it's Thuram. And it's Mendes. Koundé getting this one clear. That's the throw. Very nearly half an hour gone here. It's run loose here. Yehi. Barella. Yehi. Bellingham. Tries to pass it through. Pedri did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And he's forced to go back. Chooses to go cross-field. Germany are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, balls over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. Tchouaméni, can he spark a counter here? Great defending, strong and determined. Shifted it to the flank. And it's Caicedo. He's having a hit! And he's gone looking for safety. Thuram. Burmo. That's tidy. Real chance! He's relentless! Just relentless! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
Germany find a position of real strength now. Pass somewhat off target.
Two added minutes
Thuram.
has been indicated.
And here's Lautaro Martinez. Martinez. Now it's Pedri. Eze providing an outlet on that flank. And that is masterful defending. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. Well, the mood in the two camps couldn't be more different as they go in for half-time. Elation on one side, misery on the other. Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon.
Substitution in progress.
Down to business again.
Well, things just haven't quite clicked, Peter, have they? They're behind and they deserve to be, but they've had a chance to regroup now, so we'll see how they come out at the start of the second.
And Martinez! And a neat finish! It could be a lifeline! 2 more needed!
Well, I don't want to be overly harsh on the defensive side of things here, Peter, but the build-up was so slick and executed with such quality, it made life just that bit too difficult for them.
Vietnam may be down, but not out just yet. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, that's a key interception. Caicedo. Nicely aimed pass. Vietnam come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
Great vision. Hakimi looking to receive it in space. And he's heaved it away and claimed it back swiftly. It'll be a throw-in.
Substitution for Germany. Number 7, Mbappe. Number
And it's
22,
Chouameni. Rodgers
Eze.
is onto this.
Number 19,
Caicedo.
Number
Almost an
8,
hour gone.
Petrin.
Played down the
Coming on
flank.
field,
Where it came from.
Shishka. Number 9.
He is slightly
Younes.
undercooked that one.
Number 5,
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very
Number
poor.
23, Barella. Substitutions taking place.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. He's a sharp little ball here. He's picked his way through. Rodgers. Vietnam perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. And the shot!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Lovely pass, but can he get there?
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game.
Can he finish? And yes, it's there! The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
And very quickly, the substitute... Osimhen! Deftly away. Konate, and it's Hakimi. And the counter is on. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Yildiz, Osimhen. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Nice. Ended up in no man's land. Half an hour gone in the second half. That has been cut short. Wan-Bissaka. Well, they could break here. Branthwaite kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Koundé aimed beyond the defence. Barella. Now who's going to be first to this? Oh, good ball! Good ball, good take. Shot at goal! Rogers. Vietnam are looking to break at pace. And it's Mendes. Yildiz. Closing in on goal. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And the shot! And that's a tiny finish. This day becomes absolutely perfect. Utterly ideal.
Well, as options go, that was a superb choice. It's over and in. Job done.
Substitution for Germany. Number 13.
And he's done it again. He's got his second.
Coming on the field is number 3, Partey.
This is a gloriously greedy performance. Šeško goes for a shot! Oh, he really got hold of that. Big chance, corner. And that's it. Well, thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.
Please be made aware that smoking is only permitted in designated areas within these grounds.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful,
everybody,
clear
and
evening.
welcome to
The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. We are just getting started. Now it's Vinicius Junior, and it's Garcia. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Looking for the run. Oh, played through for the wide man. Pepe did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Now he's got space here. And that's gone behind for a goal kick. Well, for Pepe, this is the time to get that stern focus in his eyes.
Yes, it's that look that says, I'll win at all costs, and you better be prepared for what's coming.
Well, he knows, doesn't he? He just knows. At the core of his game is winning battles, physical, aerial, mental. To him, winning, however he does it, matters most. Succumbs to the pressure. Bellingham. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Brahim Diaz! They've played it short. Vinicius Junior is onto this. Vietnam have the chance to go the other way. Vietnam still without a single shot on target. And it's Bale. Can he get on the end of this? That had too much on it. Carvajal. Chouameni. This is a promising build-up. Carvajal. And it's Diaz. And he skips past his man. Brahim Diaz. Shot could be on.
What a letdown when you've got such presence and movement.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. And the counter is on. And here's Eto'o.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
And it's Koundé. Well, played right into his path. Well, that's been dealt with. Mbappe. And it's Bellingham. Vinicius Junior. Bellingham can so cleverly bypass the press. Now it's Mbappe. And he's had it nicked away. Marcelo. Chance here to counter. Now it's Pedri. Crosses it into the... He leaps for it! That was superb goalkeeping!
Bellingham clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Marcelo plays it short. Great chance! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Edmilson is offering a wry smile there.
Marcelo with the short one. Lovely feet. Cross needs to... Header! Not a bad try by any means.
Yeah, it's good movement though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Howson. Rudiger. He's gone forward. Now it's Mbappe. Great defending, strong and determined. And it's Pedri. Now it's Brahim Diaz. And here's the chance to counter. And here's Mbappe. Looking to play him in. Edmilson. Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Carvajal. Here's Tchouaméni. And it's Bellingham. Now it's Brahim Diaz. Half-time getting close now. Pepe does really well there. He is strong.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Bellingham. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. It's a goal kick. Fran Garcia. Here's Tchouaméni. Now it's
There will be 1
Mbappe.
minute at a
Rafael
time.
Varane produces the perfect tackle there. Tchouaméni wins the duel this time.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Marcelo. That looks a good ball through. He's got away. It's Eto'o! Oh, that was a half-decent effort. And the whistle goes for half-time. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what
And
the
there
second
they
half
are.
brings.
Please welcome our players,
How would you
everyone.
review the first half?
Well, I think despite the scoreline, Peter, there's only one team in it. They might not have made the most of their chances so far, but I see no signs of frustration creeping in. Maybe a bit of fine-tuning during the break, and they should get their reward in the second half.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Vietnam are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Tchouaméni. Howson. And it's Garcia. Fran Garcia. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Pinches it off him. That's been slipped through. Fran Garcia. Bellingham. And it's Carvajal. Nicely aimed pass. And once more he proves rigid and robust. Now it's Eto'o. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup.
Just needs a little bit of fine-tuning.
0-0 still. It's a game that needs a bit of life injected. It's a promising position. Carvajal. Played back. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Now it's Vinicius Junior. He's had it taken off him. A deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0. He is through here. He's having a hit! Sensational from Eto'o! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And the game has liftoff.
The goal scorer.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So the first goal of the game. Pedri! No, just not quite.
Pedri really might have let his reputation get the better of him then. Yes, you can spank one from there, but there are other options, you know.
Bellingham. Now it's Mbappe. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, I'm inclined to feel that if I was in that dugout, I'd want the players to get on the front foot and grab another. Just try to make this one safe.
That's really well manoeuvred. And it's Bellingham. Now that looks a decent ball. And the shot! Not the most convincing of passes.
Madrid really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
They're coming again and again.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Getting up there! And that's in! 2 up now, and they are cruising. That is a fine goal, really efficiently done.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and made it perfectly.
Number 7.
Vietnam are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
There's a certain authoritativeness in every...
He'll try from distance!
Substitution in progress.
That is decidedly lacking.
Well, probably not the best way to try and get back into this game, but it could spark something into life.
That has not gone well. Stood up well to him there. Now it's Eto'o. Well, they can break here. Koundé. Threads one in. Bellingham. Oh, that's delightful. Pings in across. Oh, good effort! He pondered over it, and that goes down as a chance missed.
Well, it's a shame it ended up a little wasteful. They had the perfect opportunity to break away, and then they go and do that. It's got to be a quicker transition.
Gently done. Now it's Valverde. Now it's Mbappe. And it's Garcia. Just eases him off the ball. Marcelo. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Oh, nicely intercepted. Looking for a runner.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. And here's Eto'o. And here's Bale. Oh, he's bustling through here. There's the head! Eto'o finds himself offside. Rudiger. Here's Chouameni.
2 added minutes
Carvajal.
has been indicated.
Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Tries to pass it through. Shoots! And that is as much as we have time for. Vietnam can take all the spoils, and it is nothing less than what they are perfectly entitled to, following this splendid display of poise, potency and proficiency. Eto'o taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Vietnam definitely impressing me here,
Please make sure to
especially
watch
the
the
way
screen
that
for
attack
information
clicked. Whether it was
bulletins from the
link-up
regional
play,
police
running in
department.
behind, this has just been a great day at the office.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Some terrific scenes here in Barcelona. My goodness me, it's made even better by 100,000 supporters in full voice. We're up and running then. Martin can clear it away, and they're quick to get it back. This is good pressing, they're not short on bodies. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Well, for Pepe, this is the time to get that stern focus in his eyes.
Yes, it's that look that says, I'll win at all costs, and you better be prepared for what's coming.
Well, he knows, doesn't he? He just knows that the core of his game is winning battles, physical, aerial, mental. To him, winning, however he does it, matters most. Rafinha tries to play it through. Now it's Rafinha. Well, they're certainly pressing with purpose here. Looking for the run. Rafinha. Pedri. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. And that's definitely not his best. Pretty cagey early on from both sides. Pepe. There will be a throw-in. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And here's Gavi. Lopez. Now that looks a decent ball. That's very neat. Pedri pings it across. Now, who's going to be first to this? Pedri stood his ground strongly.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it...
Getting up there! Harmlessly behind. Vietnam, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Fermin is in a really good position out wide. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him. They've certainly set out to cause a problem or two down that left flank. Look, it's the width that's providing this momentum, and they look set to further exploit. Gives the defence a decision to make, whether to go zonal or man-to-man now.
And here's Lopez. He's in plenty of space here. And he's cut it out.
Barcelona clearly are looking formidable down that left-hand side, the current supply route. João Cancelo clearly looking the key component now with the concentration on width. Really aren't convincing right now. It has to start in defence, but the whole team needs a wake-up call.
Rafael Varane. Eto'o is onto it in a flash. Just eases him off the ball. Now it's Bale. Great ball if he can get there. Oh, good finish. But that is not going to count.
Yeah, spot on, although he takes issue with that.
A moment's uncertainty there, but it is the right call. And here's Eto'o. Eto'o powering forward here. Shot could be on. Bellingham! And for a moment, time stood still.
It's really well read here, but having done the hard part, he'll be slightly disappointed not to make more of it.
João Cancelo. Fermin. Now it's Pedri. Not the most accurate pass. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Drives it in. And it's safely in the keeper's hands. Fermin. Gavi. It's Pedri. Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, there's a probing ball. Can he get it through? Well timed, excellent interception. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Now it's Lopez. Now it's Rafinha. Bernal. Oh, some astute defending there. Oh, they can break here. And the referee has blown for half-time. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. So neither side yet off the mark.
After all that probing and testing the waters, here's hoping for a more open second half.
So it's simmered along nicely for 45 minutes, but still no goals. It is 0-0 at half-time. And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
And the shot's on here. Pedri. Bale, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Looks a good ball through. He's shifting through the gears. Oh, good. Oh, crossbar! And he's there to get it away. Now the ball's gone astray. And he's played it back. And here's Bale.
It was indecision all round. They have to do a bit better than that.
And it's been taken short. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. Up towards the hour mark and still no goals. Pedri. And it's Pedri. Now it's Lewandowski. And here's Eto'o. And this is Bale. And it's Koundé. Barcelona needed that. They really needed it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Now it's Lewandowski. Almost an hour gone. Looking for options for movement. Pinches it off him. Marcelo. And he's had it nicked away. Pedri. Distributed tidily. No breakthrough and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. No, he wasn't being taken in by that trickery. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And it's Koundé. Oh, played through for the wide man. Lovely feet. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Barcelona choosing to make the first change.
Well, he's someone renowned for his pace and those darting little runs, but also for being a very good ball carrier as well. They want to add more dynamism to that front line.
now they can clear their lines. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Pedri. Now it's Ferran Torres. Bernal. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Pedri. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Now it's Bale. Oh, that looks a cracking ball.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And he's only too happy to take that back. Knocks it into space. He's shapes to shoot. It's loose now and they want to get it back. And he's following up. In he goes again. Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Now then, the ball's come loose. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped. Listen, it may well finish this way because it's been so tight all the way through, but equally, we might still get a moment of magic, a mistake, or a refereeing decision to influence otherwise.
He's found a way through.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Pepe. Bellingham. Bellingham can so cleverly bypass the press. Now it's Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres. Pedri. It's Gavi. It's a really well-measured ball.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Habrá 2 minutos de descuento.
Eto'o. That's a good ball out wide. Barcelona do have a chance to counter here. That's at the end. So we finish as we started. Try as they might, neither was able to break through.